Dating in the Park of Youthful Days. On a bright sunny afternoon, Mr. Lovebirds decided to escape the kids and go on a date at the park. Mrs. Lan, with her lightly curled hair neatly tied up, wore a youthful floral. Lovebirds decided to escape the kids and go on a date at the park. Mrs. Lan, with her lightly curled hair neatly tied up, wore a youthful floral dress. Mr. Hung, still stylish in a striped polo shirt and khaki pants, couldn't help but tease his wife. With you dressed up like this, you must be making all the young men in the park lazy. The couple laughed, hand in hand, as they entered the park. Mr. Hung pedaled and said, "All right, I'll handle everything. You just sit back and enjoy." And so, the tandem bikes slowly rolled along, accompanied by their giggles and stories. A street dance group, and the aroma of popcorn wafting in the breeze filled the air. Mr. Hung held Mrs. Lan's hand, weaving through the crowd, just like a pair of young lovers. At the area for renting tandem bicycles, Mrs. Lan excitedly suggested, "Mr. Hung, let's take this for a ride." Mr. Hung, though slightly hesitant due to his age no longer being teen, still indulged his wife. The two of them struggled for a while before finally getting on the tandem bike. Mr. Hung kept pedaling, while Mrs. Lan kept hitting the brakes because she forgot how to pedal. "Oh no, I forgot how to ride a bike," Mrs. Lan exclaimed, feeling anxious. Shuffled the cards and asked Mrs. Lan to choose 3 cards. Mrs. Lan nervously made her selections, and the girl began to explain. But before the sparkling, hopeful eyes of his wife, he couldn't refuse. The couple sat down opposite the young fortune teller. The girl, VMBNMCNH. And the girl began to explain. "The first card shows that you, too, have a very beautiful love, having gone through many storms but still remaining strong." Mrs. Lan turned to look at Mr. H&G, beaming with satisfaction. Mr. H&G nodded in agreement. "The second card says that you both still have a lot of youthful energy, especially you, ma'am. You really enjoy new things. And sir, you are always the one who supports her." Hearing this, Mr. H&G burst out laughing. "That's so true. My wife is always like a child, and I always have to keep up with her wishes." Mrs. Lan lightly pinched Mr. H&G's arm. "You keep talking bad about me." Mrs. Lan's eyes sparkled after the fortune-telling. "Mr. Hung, that sounds so exciting. Let's go on a trip." Mr. Hung rubbed his chin, pretending to think. "Let's see, if my wife is still as youthful as this, then I'm all in." The couple burst into laughter, feeling that, although the fortune, after the water gun game, the couple continued to explore the park. They stopped by a souvenir stall, where Mrs. Lan was fascinated by a wide-brimmed frog-shaped hat. She tried it on, and turned to Mr. H&G, asking, "Do you think I look pretty?" Mr. H&G chuckled. "You do look pretty, but you look like a frog, wearing a hat." Mrs. Lan playfully hit Mr. H&G on the shoulder. "You keep teasing me." In the end, Mr. H&G bought the hat as a gift for his wife. The first card shows that you two have a very beautiful love, having gone through many storms but still remaining strong. The couple stood in line waiting for their turn to play. When it was their turn, Mr. H&G and Mrs. Lan held 2 large water guns, aiming to shoot at the moving targets. The couple stood in line waiting for their turn to play. When it was their turn, Mr. H&G and Mrs. Lan held 2 large water guns, aiming to shoot at the moving targets. "See, Mr. H&G? You keep saying I'm clumsy, but I won." Mrs. Lan declared her strategy. Mr. H&G pretended to pout. "I only let you win. Otherwise, you would have definitely lost." They passed by lush green trees, sprawling lawns, and a clear blue lake. When they reached the amusement area, Mrs. Lan suddenly exclaimed like a child. Mr. Hung pedaled and said, All right, I'll handle everything. You just sit back and enjoy. And so, the tandem bike slowly rolled along, accompanied by their giggles and stories. Mr. HNG was initially a bit hesitant. Forget it. What's the point of this? It's all just fortune telling. Telling was just a fun game. It gave them extra motivation to create new memories together. Stopping by a stone bench, Mr. Hung bought Mrs. And every time I finished, my face would be all messy. Mr. Hung chuckled. Of course. You used to be so spoiled back then. Always making me wipe the ice cream off your face. A little girl selling balloons walked by, and Mr. Hung called her over. Buying a bunch of colorful balloons for Mrs. Lan. For my wife, the youngest woman in the park. Mrs. Lan smiled, with her eyes sparkling, holding the bunch of balloons and skipping around like a child. Lan a refreshing coconut ice cream. As she enjoyed the ice cream, she reminisced about their youth. Do you remember, back when we were dating, you used to buy me ice cream? Mrs. Lan rested her head on her husband's shoulder, her hand gently holding Mr. Hung's hand, feeling the veins that had emerged after so many years of hard work for the family. She whispered, Dear husband, with you by my side, I still feel like the 20-year-old girl I once was. Thank you for always being a wonderful partner. Sometimes I forget that I have aged, but you subtly remind me with a few teasing words. Mr. Hung lightly kissed Mrs. Lan's hair, which had turned gray over time. We will grow old together, go to the park together, eat ice cream together, and be happy like this forever, my dear wife. And so, under the romantic sunset, the elderly couple quietly leaned on each other, needing no more words. Just the warmth from one another was their shadows on the romantic path, resembling a promise of eternal love. Their shadows on the romantic path, resembling a promise of eternal love. Lovebirds decided to escape the kids and go on a date at the park. Mrs. Lan, with her lightly curled hair, neatly tied up, wore a youthful floral